How are you all? I thought I would try a few of these funny little masks.
Baby shark, baby shark, baby shark. Mommy shark, mommy shark, mommy shark, mommy shark. Daddy shark, daddy shark, daddy.
Ooh. Don't know what that one's doing. Nothing. Oh dear. How are you all this morning? I'm having a little bit of a play around here. Waiting for people to jump on. Oh, that's a pretty look. Oh dear. I want that. Okay, we'll get away from all those. How do I get out of them? That. Hello everyone. I decided to have a little bit of a play this morning with all those features on my phone. I've never used them before. Hey Karen, how you going? Did you like all my features? Was it pretty? I had music, I had lots of hats and things. Okay, so good morning everyone. It's Donna Gray here, your Stamping Up demonstrator from the Northern Rivers area in New South Wales. Just jumping on this morning. I'm a little bit early, so I'm just going to wait until people can join. How are you all? I decided that I would jump on and do a live video for you today, and I have lots and lots of things to show you this morning. So get that kettle and get that cuppa happening, because it will take quite a while because we've got lots of crafting to do. Okay, so first of all, what I wanted to do is show you just a couple of cards that I've received through card swaps. I have done card swaps through my Facebook group that is on Facebook called Australian Card Making and Scrapbooking Supplies and Tips and Tricks group. So what I did was we did a card swap in March, and people were able to participate. And so I just wanted to show a few of the card swaps that I've received. I'm also a member of the RAK, which is the Random Act of Kindness card swap group. It is an awesome group. So if you absolutely love making cards and love sending cards, the Random Act of Kindness group is absolutely awesome. You send as many cards as you want, and what you get in your mailbox, sometimes you get a lot, sometimes you only get one, but it's random. So people pick you randomly off the list if you're participating and choose to send you a card. So I've actually got a couple for March, and we've had some wet weather, so I do apologize because some of these have actually got wet in the post. So I'm going to hold my hand over the wet part. Hey Karen, how you going? Okay, so this is, I'm going to hold my hand just over this wet part here. This is a beautiful card. This was from Raylene Oldham. I think that's how you say your last name, Raylene. Raylene is from Victoria. So she sent me this beautiful card using the Celebrate You stamp set. So absolutely gorgeous. Done in our beautiful real red and basic black and white. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful silver ribbon on it. And sadly, it actually got a little bit wet in the post, so I thought I would actually cover that one up. Hey, Carolyn, thanks for joining. So thank you, Raylene, for my RAK card for March. And this one is from the lovely, talented Marie Hook. And Marie said that even though I didn't send her a card this month, she said I was always an avid RAK supporter. So she said she decided that she would send one back. She said, saying that I always returned a card. For anybody that posted me a card, I would then the next month return a card in return, which is what I like to do as well. Thanks for joining me, Carolyn. I hope you enjoy this morning. We've got lots of crafting. It's going to be a long Facebook Live this morning, but we're doing lots and lots of crafting. So I just wanted to show you some of the swap cards. Now, I also did, this was one of the swaps. This was actually from a team member of mine, Jessica Burton. She has used this beautiful, hey Sharon, thanks for joining. She has done a lovely swap with the Celebrate You as well. So it's absolutely stunning. When you see it in all different colours, it's a stunning stamp set. Now, celebration is coming to an end, everybody. I need to let you know there's only 3 days left. So if there's celebration items that you really, really want, you need to jump in the next 3 days and place your order. Now this was, we did a team swap. So everybody that is part of my Wild Heart Crafters team, I've actually now named my team. It's not the Stampin' with Donna G team anymore. It's actually called the Wild Heart Crafters. So I actually have quite a nice little team. We're all quite friendly, and we participated in a team card swap in our team group. So this one here was from Julia Sheehan, and Julia was actually from my area and she's now shifted to Brisbane. So this is my lovely swap from Julia. She's used the beautiful Sunshine and Rainbows framelit set, and simple but gorgeous card. And this one here is from another one of my team members, a lovely shaker card with the Tutti Frutti. Hey Jenny, thanks for joining, with the Tutti Frutti stamp set and the little punches, and that's in our occasions catalogue. So our occasions catalogue still runs through until the end of end of May, but our celebration is coming to an end. So we do lots of fun things in our Wild Heart Crafters group. So this was one of the things that we participated in during March. So we all did a card swap. So we all got partners and we all did a card swap using some of the latest things. If you wanted to join my team, it's not too late to grab the special. Hey Charlene, thanks for watching. It's not too late to grab the special. At the moment, if you want to join through Celebration, you want to join my Wild Heart Crafters team, it is $169 and you get over $400 worth of products. So if you want to actually get details about joining my team, please leave me a message and I would be happy to get in contact with you. I'm happy to even give you a call on the phone if you wanted to ask a lot of questions about joining. And it's fun, like honestly, even if you just want to join and grab the special at the moment and you don't have to do live videos like this, but it's just fun to be part of this wonderful crafting family, and you get to meet so many wonderful people. A team member and myself are about to go in 2 weeks' time, or about a week and a half. We're off to Onstage in Sydney, which is awesome, and it's Stampin' Up's 30-year anniversary this year, so I think Onstage this year is going to be awesome. So as being part of my Wild Heart Crafters team, you get to be able to attend these onstage conventions, and it's only for Stampin' Up demonstrators, and we get to go and craft for the day. We see lots of people showing us all new products. We get to see the exciting new catalogue that's coming out in June that you'll all be able to purchase from starting the 1st of June. Now, if you are already a customer of mine, I will send you one of the brand new catalogues at the beginning of June. If you are not a customer of mine and you still want to get the brand new catalogue, all you need to do is place a small order through my online store and you will be on my mailing list and you will definitely get the new catalogue. So if you wanted to make use of, at the moment, the last minute specials with our celebration, as I said, 3 more days left, please feel free to jump on to my online store. At the top of my page, you will find the shop now button. If you just click on that, that will take you straight to my online store if you wanted to purchase anything. So with Celebration, for every $90 you spend, you earn a free Celebration item. For every $180 you spend, you either earn a level 2 Celebration item, which is some framelits and things at the moment, or you get 2 level 1s. So great special, great time to be jumping in and joining. So we have lots of crafting. Who wants to craft this morning? So I have quite a few different cards that I've decided to do this morning. So bear with me. I'm just playing around a bit with my camera because I'm trying to work out the autofocus on it. I'm trying to get it to stop autofocusing. So if it still does it, I'm so sorry. I apologize, but I am trying to get to the bottom of how to fix it. So I'll just flip you around now and we'll get started. Sorry, seeing my ceiling there. Okay, get organized so we can get in the camera shot there. Okay, just so I know where everything is. Now, I'm going to play around a bit this morning. This is probably one of my most favorite Celebration items that there is. And it is called the Eclectic Expressions. Hey Charlene, I don't know whether I said hello to you. Hey Jenny, thanks for joining. So now at the end of this video, please feel free to share my video and type shared in the comments, and you will go into my entry draw to win, and I will show you what I'm giving away at the end of this month. This beautiful Heartfelt Bloom stamp set. Now this has actually been one of the most popular stamp sets as well during our celebration. So we're coming to an end. I have a spare one of these that I'm actually going to draw at the end of this month. So for everybody that shares my video and comments that you've shared my video, you will go into the draw to receive an entry to try and win this stamp set. So thanks Karen for sharing. You're awesome. You share all the time. That's great. You've got quite a few entries in, so you might be the lucky winner this month. And for anybody that purchases through my online store, you get an entry into the draw as well. Okay, so I'm going to get on to crafting. So I created this really cute birthday card using just 2 stamps out of this stamp set. So there is so much that you can do with stamp sets. You can create your own designer series paper in the background. You can do so much. Now I've used only 2 stamps, just the round circle and the happy birthday, to create this really cute card. Okay, so I'm actually going to do it in a different color scheme, and then I have in mind that I'm going to do a different one using another couple of stamps in this stamp set. So first of all, we're going to create this card here. Thanks Jenny for sharing, you're awesome. Thanks everyone for sharing. That gets my crafting videos out there. It gets more people to see my crafting videos, and the more people that see what we have available, the more people get informed and get to enjoy special crafting with us. So what I've decided to do is a totally different colour scheme. So I'm actually going to use some Soft Sky. I have some Dapper Denim. Now our Dapper Denim and our in colours are going to finish at the end of May. So these, it's really going to be sad to see these colours go, especially the Sweet Sugar Plum. It happens to be one of my most favourite colours. And so if you haven't got them and you've had your eye on them, now is the time to jump in and grab those things that aren't going to be carried through into our next catalogue. So that means these are the in colours. So I'm just going to show you in the catalogue the in colours and the ones that will be disappearing at the end of May. So if you have a favourite colour in the in colour collection, it's the 2016. It's on page 184. It's the 2016 to 2018 in colours. So the Dapper Denim, Emerald, Envy, Flirty Flamingo, Peekaboo Peach, and Sweet Sugar Plum will be going at the end of May. So if they are your favourite colours, you really need to jump in and get the re-inkers so that you can keep them on hand and be able to re-ink your beautiful stamp sets. So let's get to stamping. So the first thing what I'm going to do with this card is I'm going to bring in my one stamp set. Now, I have a colour combination here of, I have Soft Sky, I have Marina Mist, I have Island Indigo, and I also have Night of Navy. Now they are the colour combination that we're going to do in this card. So in this one here, the colours that I have used is Rich Raspberry, Powder Pink, Elegant Eggplant, Sweet Sugar Plum. So they are the colours. So what I tried to do was I looked through my ink pads and thought, what are colours that would look like they will all blend together and all in similar tones? The blues were a little bit harder because the Island Indigo is a bit of a greeny blue, but it actually works out quite well. So first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up my stamp in our Soft Sky. Just going to stamp off, make sure it's all good. So now I'm just going to randomly stamp with my Soft Sky on my cardstock. Okay, so because I'm actually going to a darker colour, I'm just going to stamp off there and stamp into my Marina Mist. So now it's still random again, stamping around. Okay, so now we're going to go into the Island Indigo. And it's okay to randomly stamp over some of your other stamps. And now, last but not least, have you tried... Okay, so that's what Frenchie... Sorry, Carolyn, I'm reading your comment. Frenchie was saying that she called a technique that too. I think this is similar. I think this is what it is. I actually did watch that live video of Frenchie's. Frenchie is a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from over in the US. And yes, she was doing a similar thing to this. Okay. So I'm just randomly, I just need a dark blue up there. And sometimes you get to the stage that you think, oh, do I need more? Do I not need more? And I think that will be quite enough, I think, for what look I'm going for. And, you know, I think I'm going to do a totally different thing. This is with a circle in this stamp, but I'm also going to do another card, similar, but using a different part of the stamp instead of the round circles. So you can get to see how that works as well. So I'm just going to, now I'm going to, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring in my lovely little Whisper White circle that I have here. I'm also going to ink up in my Memento black ink, and I'm only using my Memento black ink because I actually like the way I can clean up my stamp after the Memento, where our color black ink tends to stain the stamp. So I tend to use my Memento black ink. Hey Jean, thanks for joining. Okay, so as you can see, I've stamped off my exclamation mark, just put the birthday on. It's quite fit. Now this circle has been punched out with my 2 1/4 inch punch. So the happy birthday with the exclamation mark wouldn't quite fit. So I actually worked it out. I pre-stamped on my card before, and I actually I then cut out with my punch and cut off the exclamation mark, only just for the sizing. So now what I've done is on you can see on my sentiment here, I've actually just used some of the lighter colours. So I'm going to go through with my soft sky once again. Making sure that that's all good. I'm just going to randomly stamp some light circles over there. And I'm also going to, I think I'm going to stamp off with this one because it might be a bit too dark. Oh no, not too bad. So this is with the Marina Mist. Okay, so there you have a beautiful sentiment that has taken, my words are cutting in and out. I have no idea why. Maybe just go out, Karen, and refresh and come back in again and see if that makes a difference. It did that in my last live video too. I've just done a new internet, upgraded my internet, so I'm hoping that it works okay. Is anyone else having problems with my words cutting in and out? Please just type in the comments if you are. Okay, and I've also got a piece of Whisper White here. I'll grab another piece. So I'm actually going to stamp my inside part as well while I have my stamps out. So I'm just going to bring a little bit of the front that's going to go on the inside. So all I'm doing is randomly stamping around again. No one else is commenting whether my words are cutting in and out. Just once with that one there. Okay, so that's just created a really nice inside insert. Yes, cutting in and out. I'm so sorry, I don't know what I can do about that. I'm starting to wonder, is it my phone that's playing up? And I can't refresh, because if I refresh you're going to lose me. So hopefully it's not too bad and you can put up with it. Okay, so I'm going to pop all those ink pads away now so I don't end up getting anything all over me. Okay, so we're finished with our stamping. I'm going to take that away. So just try, everybody just try refreshing the page and see if that makes a difference. Just going to check my settings up here whether I can do anything about it. Am I still there? I have no idea what's happened then. Okay. So please let me know if it's got any better. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is actually put my card together. So I have a piece of soft sky, and I'm just going to fold that in half. Okay. If it's really bad, I can maybe stop and try to refresh. I'll go and turn my internet off and back on and see if it makes any difference. Let me know, people, if you want me to jump on out and jump back on again. Okay, so I'm now going to layer these pieces up. So I'm just going to use a bit of my fast fuse. Is anybody else having problems, or is it just Jenny and Karen? Can anyone give me a shout out whether they are saying that I'm cutting in and out? Sorry, internet is not our best friend. Okay, so I've just, with some fast fuse, just popped some fast fuse on the back, and I'm just going to layer that up and get a really good even border all the way around. It's okay, don't stress. I do stress, Karen, because it's really hard trying to do these live videos and when things don't go right. Okay, so what I've done as far as behind my sentiment, I have cheated a little bit here. So as you can see, I have, it looks like 3 circles. I've actually got 2.5 circles. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pop some fast fuse on the back of this circle here. Okay, thanks Jenny for that. Sorry, I do apologise, so I hope it's not too bad for you all. Okay, so what I'm doing is I've got my 2 circles together, and then I'm just going to pop that 3rd circle up in the middle like that. Okay, and then I'm going to pop some fast fuse on the back of my sentiment. Okay, and pop that on. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do that. Okay, now did you see the reason why I did that? Because when I went to pop my sentiment on, you could see the cut line, where when I turn them over, you can't see that cut line. So there you go, I did make a mistake, and we all do it. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my insert in so we don't forget the inside part. So just with a little bit of fast fuse. Honestly, you can use the glue of your choice. I'm using fast fuse because it's sitting here on my desk at the moment. I normally use my multi-purpose liquid Tombow because I love to be able to move them around and wiggle them around. So that's just brought some of the front to the inside of the card. Now I'm actually going to pop some of our ribbon. So I'm using the beautiful Soft Sky woven ribbon for this. Now my trick for my ribbon is I pop some fast fuse on the back of my card. I then stick my ribbon into my fast fuse. I wrap it around. Yeah, it's very effective, and I think using different tones in the colours, Jenny, makes a huge difference. I think it just makes the card, like, and as you can see, just the different tones, but gives quite a beautiful pop to your card. Okay, so I am now going to put some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals on the back of this layer. I'm really worried now about my voice cutting in and out. That happened, I noticed, in my last live video, and I've only just upgraded my internet. So it's always been quite good. I've never really had the issue, so I'm hoping it's not something that's going to keep happening. Sometimes I think we do these things on our phones, and I think it takes its toll on our phones, to tell you the truth. Okay, so now I'm just going to mount that up. So I've popped my dimensionals on the back. I'm just going to get my even border all the way around, just to pop that up to give it a bit of dimension. I'm also going to pop some dimensionals on the back of my sentiment. So what are you all up to today? Do people have the day off? Are you working? Are you catching my live video when you're supposed to be working? I know some people do that. I have a nurse that watches me over in America, and she's normally on night shift when she's watching me, and she says, "It's okay, the patient's asleep." And I just laugh. I think, oh my God, patient's asleep, but I'm watching you craft. It stopped cutting in and out, Jenny. That's great. Hopefully it's fixed. It may have just been a new thing. Okay, so as you can see, just pop your sentiment on there. Now, who out there is bow challenged? Who has a hard time tying their bows? Because I'm now going to, I do weekly craft tips, and I will be uploading a craft tip today on my YouTube channel, and I will share it here on my Facebook. But one of the craft tips is how to tie a bow, because I know a lot of people have real issues. Sitting with my daughter between her toys. That's the way, Carolyn. Good to see. You're not neglecting the children, but you're actually getting a bit of crafting in while you're looking after your daughter. Very nice. Okay, so how I'm going to tie this bow. I'm going to make a loop, okay? And I do sort of a screw width loop. I don't have my tails even. And then what I do is I wrap around, and this is one trick. I turn my roll of ribbon over twice, and that keeps it flat and stops it from twisting on your bow. So without twisting the ribbon, you then create another loop here and you push it through that loop that you've wrapped around. Okay? So then once you've done that, what you do is you slightly tighten. Then you hold your knot in the middle, pull one end, pull the other end. I actually was doing this in a live video the other day, and someone said to me, that would be a really good weekly craft tip video. So I said, yes, okay. I will probably do a bow tying video. Okay, so when I get it looking the way I want it, I pull both. I pull the bottom ones and the top ones to get my really cute looking bow. Okay, and by pulling the bottom ones, you'll find that it will actually keep the tails of your bow pointing down the way you want them to point. So then I'm just trimming. Now, as you can see, I left it on the roll. All I have wasted in that is that tiny little bit that I've just trimmed off there. So it's always handy to leave your ribbon on the roll and tie it like that, because you waste a lot of ribbon if you cut what you think you're going to have. Hanging around while plasterer fixes our cracks in the walls. Can't craft because we aren't moved in yet. So getting my fix. What do you love? That's good, Jenny. I'm glad I'm fixing your addiction for crafting. Okay, so now I'm actually going to pop a little bit of fast fuse just on there to pop my ribbon on, like so. And doing a bit of fast fuse, it makes it hold a lot better. You can pop a little glue dot just underneath your ribbon, and that holds it really neatly where it needs to be. So now I'm just going to decorate this one. On this one here, I used our beautiful faceted gems. I think on this one, I'm actually going to use some of our Tutti Frutti adhesive sequins. Okay. Tone on tone colour. Now I normally like just to use 3. I might pop one there. These adhesive back sequins are awesome because you have them on a sheet, pluck them off, stick them on, and they're done. Okay, so there you go. How do you like that one? 2 different tones, but yeah, very quick, very easy birthday card to make. Okay, so now with the same stamp set, I'm actually going to change it up a little bit. What did I do with my cardstock for that? Over there. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to stick with my Rich Raspberry, Sweet Sugar Plum, Elegant Eggplant and Powder Pink, but I'm actually going to use a different stamp. So similar technique. I'm actually going to use, I think I'm going to use a few stamps in this one. I think I'm going to use that one and that one. Okay, so in the stamp set we have these watercolour, a bit like watercolour washes. Okay, so I'm going to try doing one with them. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my scrap bit of paper once again. So, sorry, bear with me with all these splotches. Favourite colours, yeah. Look, I'm into Elegant Eggplant, would have to be my most favourite, and Sweet Sugar Plum, I think, and Island Indigo. I love the Island Indigo as well, so. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start again, very similar to the way we did the first one. I'm actually going to do this one sideways. Thank you for the hearts, everyone. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm starting, and I'm going to do this a horizontal card. So I'm going to start with my powder pink, and I'm just going to randomly stamp this beautiful watercolour image around. Okay, so that's with our powder pink. I'm going to bring in the sweet sugar plum. And I don't have to clean my stamp because we're going darker with our colour. Okay. I'm now going to bring in the rich raspberry. So just randomly stamping. It's okay to stamp over the other images. Because you're going darker with your colours, it's fine to do that. And now I think with the little one, I'm going to go through with my elegant eggplant and stamp the little watercolour one. So now with this one, I'm just going to fill up any of those white spaces that I can see. I think that's quite okay. It's a bit camouflage looking, isn't it? Okay, and I'm winging this one because I haven't even tried this one. I just had it in my head that this is how I thought we would do it. Now I'm just going to clean my stamps. I'm using my stamping scrub. If this is the first time you've watched and the first time you've seen our stamping scrub, it is awesome for cleaning your stamps. We have a wet side, we use our stamping mist. We have a wet side and we have a dry side. Awesome for conditioning your stamps and keeping the stamps lovely and clean. And they are very easy to clean up as well. Okay, I'm going to try. I'm going to do a bit of a tag on this one. Sorry, I am winging this. I think I'm going to use the thank you stamp. So we'll do a thank you card instead of a birthday card. Find one of those. Okay. So I'm going to ink up my thank you stamp in my Memento. You can do this with archival black or Memento. Totally up to you which way you want to do it. Memento is my go-to black. I tend to like, oh, I'm not happy with that one. I'll go over here. It's a bit crooked. A bit better. No, I'm going to turn it over. See, this is why we have, I'm going to get a different piece. This is why we have two sides to our cardstock. We can turn it over and change it up. Oh my God, I'm having so much trouble. That's because I have it on my block crooked. That could help. Okay, try that. See if I'm better at it this time. Oh, how many goes do you want me to do of this stamp? Wow. Okay, I have to use the other side. I had it straight and then didn't stamp it totally, all of it. That's better. Okay, I'm okay with that now. Sorry people, it's only took me 7 times, was it? Sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to bring in my triple banner punch. And I'm going to cut that off and then I'll do the banner that end. So who out there has this you need a Stampin' in my next card, I'm going to use the Stamparatus. But I have it all loaded up with all my other stamps, so hence why I don't actually have it out here at the moment. Because I'm choosing to do that with my next one. Okay, so I think I'm going to do that. I think I want... Have I got enough room to do a circle in that one? I don't think I have enough. No, I'll see if I can grab a bit of cards. Oh yeah, I have. I don't quite have rich raspberry, but fresh fig will be close enough. All of these colours all go together, so that's fine. Okay. So, and I also have some fresh fig ribbon. So I'm going to actually use the fresh fig ribbon on this one. Okay, and this is what they call our finely wove ribbon. Okay, so I've got my base. What did I do with that? Sorry, I'm losing everything. Everything's getting mixed around here. Okay, so I have a base of, so I have a bit more. I have a base of elegant eggplant. So we're going to fold that in half. Now, for any of the directions of my, for any measurements of my cards, I try to do a blog post. I haven't got a blog post for this live video yet, but I will have a blog post. So if you want to check my blog tomorrow, I will have a blog post showing dimensions of all these cards and the measurements of everything that I've done. Okay, so I'm actually going to turn that over now. I'm going to use some of my Tombow. The reason I'm using the Tombow, gives me the lovely wiggle room, allows me to be able to wiggle it around and get that perfect border exactly where I need it. And I find it's easier to pick it up and wiggle it. Okay. So we have that. I'm then going to pop my ribbon onto this piece. I'm going to pop my ribbon, or am I going to... Actually, you know what? I'm going to do a bit of a zigzag. So I'm going to do a bit of a zigzag ribbon behind this sentiment. Sorry, my words are escaping me today. Okay, so how I do a zigzag, I'm actually going to do it up and down. So I want my sentiment to be sitting here, but I want like a zigzag of ribbon, like so. And I probably need a bit more fast fuse there. Okay. So like so, and then we will pop our sentiment onto here. Yeah, I think that will be fine. Okay, so that's my ribbon. I'll pop a little bit more fast fuse up there. Okay, and trim that off. So as I said, I didn't really have an idea for this one. I just knew I wanted to use those stamps, but okay, so I'm going to pop this one up with my dimensionals. So do you have this stamp set, Jenny that's watching, Carolyn that's watching? Do you have this Eclectic Expressions stamp set? It's one that I think when you first look at it, you think, there's not a lot to that. But when you see what awesome backgrounds you can create with it, I think it's fantastic. Okay. Just going to pop a bit of fast fuse on the back there. Like so. I want to trim that bit of ribbon. I'm not happy with that end. No, not yet. Only a few more days. After 3 more days, it will be gone. Gone, gone, gone skis. It's so sad. I've been playing with it so much, and to think that in 3 days it will be gone. Sad, sad, sad. Okay, I'm going to pop that up as well. Nothing like a bit of dimension. I've got lots more cards for you. I've got another 2 cards to make yet, so keep watching, ladies. This crafting is never going to end today. for once in my life, I'm actually organised for my live video. I actually pre-made cards and had my designs ready to go, which normally I jump on and I go, oh, I'll make a card with that. And very rarely do I actually have everything designed and ready to go. But today I actually did. And as I said to you, I did have an idea of this card, what I wanted to do, but I wasn't certain on exactly how I was going to do it. Okay, so I'm now going to pop that onto there. I'll get a nice even border all the way around and pop it on. Okay. And now we need a bit of bling. We need to bling that up a little bit. Sorry, I'm just cleaning up my rubbish here. Hey Deborah, how you going? Peeking in, what stamp set have you used, please? The Beautiful Eclectic Expressions, free with a $90 order. Celebration item, Deborah. It was in our second release of items in our celebration. So only 3 days left to get it. It is awesome. Awesome stamp set. I can tell you, awesome. Sorry, have I said that enough? Awesome, yes. Hey Wendy, how you going? Not long now, Wendy, until on stage. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I'm bursting at the seams. Okay, I'm just going to use some of our faceted gems again for this one. Yes, Deborah, you need to get it. Honestly, before you miss out. 3 days is all you have. Okay. Just going to pop 2 on there. And I think that might be enough bling. Okay, so now I've got to create an insert, and I'm just going to create a little insert like we did with the other one. So I'm just going to start with my pink pirouette. I convinced you, Deborah? Yeah, I think you need it. Definitely. Definitely it's a must-have. As I said, I looked at it and thought, do I? Don't I? And honestly, I have not been able to put it down. Okay, so I'm just going to use the 2 lighter colours, this, that one, and sweet. So I just used pink pirouette then. I've got some powdered pink. Sorry everyone, it's pirouette. And one there, and one there. I think that's all I'm going to do for the inside. So that way then I can write through that beautiful background. It's still light enough that I'll be able to write over the top. See you soon, Wendy. Yes. Jenny and Wendy know each other. Catching up on my Facebook Live. You girls. Okay, so I'm just going to pop some beautiful Tombow on the back and pop that insert in. Yeah, the colours are nice, Deborah. My most favourite colours of all. There you go, there's 3 cards that are made today. And that's using our beautiful Eclectic Expressions stamp set. So, honestly, if you don't have this stamp set in your collection, it is well worth a look because it's a lovely, lovely stamp set. Okay, ladies, we're going to move on now. And we're going to do, will we use the Stamparatus next, or will we use our Eastern Beauty? I decided to pull out an older stamp set and revamp an older stamp set. So what's everyone's choices? Type it in the comments. Let me know. Do we do a Stamparatus card or do we do the Eastern Beauty stamp set? Your choice, girls. Let me know. Who's going to be the first to comment? First to comment might get a card. Waiting. Gotta love Facebook's delay, haven't you? Eastern Beauty. Well done, Deborah. You get a card. Which card would you like, Deborah? Tell me which card you'd like and I'll send it to you in the post. Everyone's into Eastern Beauty. It's a stamp set we haven't used for a while, isn't it? Which card, Deborah? Middle, left, or right? Sorry, that way. Middle, left, or right? I'm going to give you a card. I'm going to send you a card. The middle pink, please. That one? Happy birthday? Yes? Okay. I'll pop your name on that card. Can you just PM me your details, Deborah, so I can pop it in the post for you? Deborah. Oh, get a proper pen. Where's another pen? Stamping Up pen, that's got to be working. Davidson. That is your card, Deborah. So just PM me your address and I'll be happy to pop that in the post for you. Okay, so we'll pop all that aside and then I'll just clean up here a bit so we can get a bit of room on this counter so that we can get on to more crafting. Pop a few of these ink pads away. Okay. And those stamps can go with that stamp set. I'll pop that aside. Hey Bronwyn, thanks for joining. I'm just doing a bit of crafting, having a bit of a play. Okay, so we're going to bring in the Eastern Beauty. This is a stamp set that we haven't used for a while, and I had a lovely little play around with this stamp set yesterday when I was designing what I wanted to do for our class. And I had so much fun. It's a stamp set that I haven't used for a long time. I had it, got it, and yeah, I just didn't use it for a long time. So I'm going to have a bit of a play around. Do you want to... You girls are all chatting to each other. Do you want to see the card that we're going to make? Oh, that stamp doesn't want to stick, which is not pretty. Okay, so this is our cute little card we're going to make using this lovely set. So I've just done a Whisper White background. Thank you everyone for the thumbs up and the hearts. You're awesome today. Everyone's been so interactive. It's awesome. I love it when people craft with me and chat with me along the way. So I'm just going to fold my base in half. It's a Whisper White base. And I think I'm going to bring in a clean piece of paper, scrap paper, so you don't see all those spots from the last card. Scrap. Oh, scrap piece of paper. Come on, come out. There we are. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to stamp the background is the first thing that we're going to do. So what I actually did was I had a choice of 3 colours. I'm using the Melon Mambo, I'm using So Saffron, and I'm using Bermuda Bay are my colours of choice. Okay, so I'm actually going to stamp the big stamp first, and that was in Bermuda Bay. And it's the big round circle that's in our stamp set. It's this one here. So all I've done with that is just randomly stamped around. And as you can see, this is just doing lots of random stamping to get beautiful backgrounds. I'm just going to pop the lid on that so I don't get my hand in it. Okay, so the next stamp I'm going to bring in is this one here. Now this is this round pattern one here, and I'm going to use it with the Melon Mambo. Thank you, Deborah. You like my choice of colours. Sometimes I think, oh, what colour am I going to do? You know, like, and yeah, what I actually do, and this is a hint I'm going to tell everybody, what I actually do is I get them out and I hold them all together, and I look at, because I've got all of my ink pads with the labels on the bottom, I just pop them all together and check them all out and think, oh, does that one go with that? That looks all right. And that's how I choose them. But honestly, my favourite for many, many years has been the Bermuda Bay and the Melon Mambo together. They're absolutely gorgeous colours. Okay, so I've stamped that one there with our Melon Mambo. And the next one I'm going to bring in is the little tiny, the spots, just the little spot circle. You could make so many patterns with this stamp set. It is unbelievable, the patterns that you can make with this stamp set. Okay, so now I've just randomly, with this one, stamped it randomly everywhere just to create an awesome pattern. No rhyme or reason, just wherever I see fit to pop a stamp. Okay, and that's it. That's our background created. So 3 stamps, quick, easy to create background. Okay, so I'm now going to bring in this piece, and this is where the fun begins. Lining up all of these wonderful stamps to get your lovely pattern. Okay, I've got a ink pad, a block there. So I'm just going to, this one I'm taking this stamp just here in the middle, so it's like a flower. Now, you can do a couple of things with this. I've only done it twice, but this can turn into like a spirograph flower. I'm just wondering whether I've got a piece of cardstock. I'll show you. I'll just do it with a scrap piece of cardstock here. I'll show you how much you can actually get a flower pattern with this stamp set. So, what you can do, and because they're photopolymer, you can see through, so you can stamp once. Okay? Then what you do is you look through, and bear with me because I need to pop my head in here. You look through and you get it halfway in between each petal, and you stamp there. Okay? And then what you do is, I'm trying to think, did I do it like that? Oh, my eyes are going balmy here. Okay. So in between, so I'm putting the point now in between these 2 points. I'm now putting 1 point in between those and lining up my center bit and getting it nice and even. Hey Felicia, thanks for joining. And we can go again. See how we've got a wider point here? So we can go again. We can pop that point in the middle and line it up with our center. And look at that. How stunning is that? Doesn't it remind you of the spirograph? Years and years ago when I was a kid, the spirographs were in. I never ever had one. I always wanted one. But you could make patterns like this with the spirograph. So we're actually not going to make that pattern today. I'm sorry, I just showed you that pattern just for something to do. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to stamp it once. Okay. And then I'm going to get my petal halfway in between both of those petals, line it up with the center and stamp down. I was thinking you're a human spirograph. Yeah, it's a bit like that, isn't it, Deborah? Okay, so that's all I'm going to do on this one. I'm actually not going to go as far as the spirograph. I'm sorry. I know it's pretty. Can you imagine doing that and doing it all over your page? Oh my God. You wouldn't want to have any illness that sends your eyes a bit balmy. It wouldn't be good, would it? Okay, so I'll take that one away so it stops distracting us. Okay, so in the middle, I actually stamped the Bermuda Bay. And I used the little, this one here, the little flowery part. So I'm actually going to stamp that in the middle. Sorry, I'm getting my head back in here again so I can find that middle. It's very hard because I've got the camera right above my head. So I'm sorry if my head is actually in your view. Okay, a bit offset there in the middle. Bit of a shocker, but yeah, easy when you haven't got the camera straight over your head, that's for sure. Okay, so then I brought in this lovely spray that's here, and I brought in my So Saffron. I'll shut the lid on that so I don't get it all over me. Okay, so I inked up my So Saffron, and in between the points here, I've got a point here and a valley, so I've put the point of this little spray in the middle of those. Okay. And I've done every second one. Okay. So like so. What are you thinking, ladies? How awesome is this stamp set? Why have we not had it out more than we have? Okay, so that's that little bit. And then you'll find that we have a little tiny, I'm going to clean that so I can use my little block. We have a tiny little 3 bubbled piece. Sounds great English, doesn't it? 3 bubbled piece. This one up through here. So with that, in the gap here that I have now, sorry, I've just inked it up in the wrong colour. That could have been a bit of a... You have this stamp set, Karen? That's great. I hope this gets you to get it out and have another go with it, because it is a beautiful stamp set I don't think we've used enough. So I'm actually going to concentrate a little bit on things that are in our annual catalogue that I think we've forgotten about, and I'm going to revamp them in my videos, in the next few videos that I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to put the biggest round circle, and I'm going to get it in between like so. I'm just working my way around, filling up that blank spot. I'm making it look so easy, Deborah. It is easy, Deborah, because what you're seeing is what you can be capable of doing. It is easy, everybody. Okay, and then I had a little tiny diamond. I'm going to bring in the little tiny diamond and in my melon mambo, so I'm going to take those away. Actually, I'm going to do this one a little bit different. I'm going to do this one with Bermuda Bay. I did Melon Mambo last time, so I'm going to do Bermuda Bay for this one. I'm going to bring in my scrap bit of paper once again because I want to stamp off a little bit. Yeah, the Bermuda Bay just sets it off, I think. So I've decided to do some Bermuda Bay diamonds now. So now just roughly, randomly placing these little diamonds. And you have to take your time. Sometimes when you rush a little bit, as you can see here, I only half stamped that diamond. So really take your time when you're stamping a little tiny stamp like this, because you can sometimes not place it down evenly and get it to stamp all the way around. It's a bit of a blooper there, but that's okay. We're not perfect. Life wasn't meant to be perfect. Okay. So I think that's quite okay. Now I need to stamp a little sentiment. Have I got a piece of scrap that I can stamp that on? I'm going to actually take a piece of yellow. I'm changing it up on this one. Okay, I'm still going to stamp the little word hello. I actually don't want it to be that thick though. Do I want it to be that thick? No, not really. I'm going to trim that down because I don't want it that thick. I need a thinner piece. So now you're going to see me struggle with trying to trim a piece of this down. But we'll see how we go. You never know. Actually, you know what? I'm going to bring in another trimmer of mine which will make it easier. You didn't see me do this. This is a cute little trimmer that I have that will do the job. I just want to make it. Can I get it in there? Yes. That's what I want to do. Just want to thin it down a little bit. And you should have pieces like this just in your scraps, which you'll be able to do it with, that make it handy. Okay, I haven't cut that very even, but it's going to do. Near enough is good enough. Okay, I think I'm going to stamp it in Bermuda Bay. Just going to stamp a little hello. Okay, I'm also then going to use my triple banner punch. We're nearly done. I have one more thing. You need to see the Stamparatus. So, I hope you're enjoying my card making today. I just wanted to, instead of just doing one card, I thought I'm going to do a few cards. Just to give you something fun to look at and fun to watch. Okay, so I'm going to trim that later, after I've got everything sorted. So now it's just a case of popping this card together. Okay, so we have our layers. I'm going to pop that shut so I don't get into it. You're loving it, Deborah? That's great. I'm glad you've joined and you're enjoying it. That's great. You can pass so much time, can't you, watching crafting videos, because Lord knows I do it. I am addicted. Absolutely love crafting videos. I get up every morning and I have my first cup of coffee. My washing can wait to hang out. Well, I've only got one more card to go, Deborah, so you may get to hang the washing out after my next card. I'm nearly there. Okay. I know it gets a little bit like that. Okay, so I'm going to pop this one up. We need some dimensionals for this. And what do I do with my sheet of dimensionals there? Okay, so some dimensionals on the back, because we need to pop it up for sure. Okay. Was just having a bit of a panic attack then, thinking, what ribbon have I got out to do it? But I have got it here beside me. God, I'm so prepared today. I've never been this prepared in all my life. So hopefully I'm going to bring you more live videos like this, and I'm going to try and do it, if I can, 3 times a week. Big live videos like this 3 times a week, because we can't get enough of this crafting, can we? Okay, and line it up and pop it on. So you can see that looks awesome with the dimension. I think it needs to be popped up. I think it would, it makes it really attract to your eyes, I think, by popping it up. It's a bit of that spirography thing coming back out into it. Okay, so now I'm actually going to do a zigzag with my ribbon once again. Okay, so with that, I'm going to, with my zigzag, I'm going to pop some fast fuse all the way down. And I need to pop my ribbon like so. I need it out, that it's going to come out nearly the sides, because that's how it needs to be, because of this, the size of this. So I've got it that it's actually nearly popping out over the edge of the card. Okay. And another zigzag, just like so. Okay, pop my card on there and make sure that's going to sit good. Yes. Okay, So I'll trim that ribbon off like so. I'll trim the edge of this ribbon like that. And once again, this is the only bit of ribbon I have wasted, so I am a money miser when it comes to the ribbon. Okay, so I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals as well. So as I was mentioning at the beginning of this live video, only 3 more days left for our celebration. So if you're watching this back later on today, 3 more days. Now if you want to do an order, for all orders under $250, I will pop the host code in the comments after I've finished crafting here. But it's your last chance, people, to get these wonderful celebration items for free. So if you want that beautiful Eclectic Expression stamp set, you only got to place a $90 order. And as I said, if this is the first time you're watching me, you haven't ever watched me craft live before, I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from the Northern Rivers area in New South Wales. And everything that I use in my videos you can purchase through my online shopping page. So you only have to click the Shop Now button above on my Facebook business page to be able to purchase any of these items. And after I've updated my video, when I'm finished, you will find that I will pop the items into a list in the description, and you can actually even just click on the items and that will take you straight to my store. So I've just popped up the sentiment, and I'm going to finish this card off with my favorite of all things when it comes to crafting. Can anyone guess what I'm going to finish it off with? Pop it in the comments. For anyone that pops it in the comments, first person to guess what I'm going to pretty this card up with. One of my favourite things in my craft room. Pop it in the comments. First person to pop it in the comments, I'm going to give one of these cards to. What do you think I might decorate this with now? Come on, people. We need a bit of bling. What do you think we need? Thank you all for the thumbs up. That's awesome. Okay, first one to pop it in the comments is going to get one of these cards. Diamantes? No, it's not Diamantes. I'll give you a clue. It's a liquid. Sequins? No, not sequins. It's a liquid. It's in a pen type of thing. What do you think I might bling it up with? Something to add a bit of sparkle. I can't give you any more hints. Something to add a bit of sparkle and shine. Who's going to guess it? No diamantes, no sequins. Something in a pen form that's going to give it a bit of shine. Come on, people. Surely you know. This one here, I don't know, I'm going to hold it up to the camera and see if you can see the sparkle. What do you think I got the sparkle on this card with? Look at that sparkle there. You can see it. Look at that. What do you think I got that with? Wink of Stella, Felicia, you win, Felicia. Yes, congratulations. Wink of Stella, people. Which card do you want, Felicia? This one or this one? Left or right? I'd be happy to pop you one in the post. Okay, so I'm just putting Wink of Stella just on the beautiful little Bermuda Bay in the center. I'm going to pop it on all the circles. Now you must be careful with Wink of Stella when you've inked an image with a stamp, because sometimes, because it's alcohol based, sometimes it can make your stamp color run, so be very careful. Okay, so this card, Felicia, left or right? Which one do you want me to send you? Yay. I was a little bit like you, Felicia. My swaps got wet in the letterbox. I was devastated yesterday. I got a random act of kindness card that was all wet on one side. The left. Right, this one. This one. This is my right. The one with the yellow tag. I'll pop your name on it. Okay. And I already know your address, Felicia. Okay, so there you go. That one's going to be Felicia's. I'll pop that in the mail for you as well. Okay, so, hang on, Felicia. I need to finish. I did inside. Yes, I did inside. I'm going to do inside here for you, and I'm actually going to show you with the Stamparatus how I did. So I'm going to bring in those inks again. I'll pop your name on that card in a minute, Felicia. So I'm going to bring in my inks again, and I'm just going to create a little bit of interest in the inside. So one of the big circles. Okay. Then with our Melon Mambo, one of these. Okay. And then with our So Saffron, this and this. And now I'm going to show you something fun. I'm going to bring out the Stamparatus, and I'm going to stamp a stamp in here. And the reason I'm bringing the Stamparatus out is so that I make sure it stamps evenly and nicely. So I'm going to use, need to take that away so you don't see the one that I've done. I'm actually going to use the Stamparatus here to stamp that where I want to stamp it. Can I do that, or will I bring it like? Can I do that? Yes. I'm going to do it like that. Okay. Yes, that's going to work. Okay, if this is the first time... Oh, you had a phone call, Deborah. Oh, how rude of them to ring you while I'm crafting. Just kidding. Sometimes things like that happen. Okay, this is our Stamparatus, people. Brand new, awesome product that we have. Now, it comes with a foam base. It also has an acrylic base. The foam base is for our photopolymer stamps. So what I'm actually going to do is, because I have this lined up to stamp a different thing, but I'm actually going to line it up to stamp this one here. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. So I'm actually going to, we have magnets, and we're not supposed to put them anywhere near each other, and believe it or not, I just had mine together. Oh my God, because they snap, so you have to be really, really careful that you don't snap your magnets. Okay, so I'm actually going to take our archival black for this because I want it to be really, really black. Okay, so I want it to be really, really definite, stamped, and nice and dark and black. Okay. Ooh. I'm going to clean that off because that's going to get on my project if I don't. Where'd I put those? So I'm just going to clean a bit of that. I've popped a bit of black because I've got a big ink pad on the side there, only because my card has got the embellishment on the front and I don't want that getting on the inside of the card. Okay, so I'm going to stamp that down. So the beauty of the Stamparatus is, if we don't get the stamp perfect and how we want it, then we can go again. And that's definitely not perfect. It's definitely not how we want it to be. So I'm going to ink that up again. And the beauty of this is you're able to stamp several times to get this. You just press it down where your stamp is. And that is pretty perfect. So there you go. I was able to stamp that twice. So no more are you going to have the issue of, oh my God, I've stamped my sentiment and it's only half stamped. So as you can see, you can quite easily stamp it a couple of times to get a beautiful, perfect image. So that will be coming out to you, Felicia, in the post for sure. I'll pop your name on that and put it aside. Okay, so what I've actually done, I'm going to do our next card. And what I've actually done is I have cut some of my grid paper to go inside here so that if we're stamping off or doing anything, it's able to take anything that we've stamped off. I'm just going to pop that out of the way because I'm going to stamp a few things first. Now I haven't got this card made up, so I can't show you what I'm actually going to do. I can show you a bit of an idea. This is the sentiment that we're going to put on the front. So I'm designing a card around this. So I designed this part and then I thought I'll worry about how I'm going to design the card later on. So I'm going to recreate this again to show you exactly how I did it. So I have used watercolor paper for this. The reason that I've used watercolor paper is because I'm going to do some watercoloring with our inks, okay, to get this look. So I'm actually going to use our basic grey, and our basic grey is a, I'm using the Oh So Eclectic. So our birthday set that we just used, you will find has similar ideas to the Oh So Eclectic. So I thought these two sets actually really went together well. So this is a beautiful flower watercolor image, so it's absolutely perfect for doing this. So I'm just going to bring in a scrap piece of paper. So my idea is I want to get 3 of these beautiful flowers stamped on this card. So I'm using our grey, it's our basic grey for my flowers. Okay. You have this set, Deborah? Yeah. I thought it's an oldie but a goodie. I actually have an online card class at the moment with this set because I just simply love it. And the online card class, I use a lot of the other flowers. I don't use this flower very much, but I just thought I would design this type of card. So I've stamped one in the middle, and then I'm just going to stamp one sideways here. Okay, and another one over this side. And you have to be really careful with using watercolor paper because it has a textured surface. You have to make sure you stamp really, really well to get your image to do what we want it to do. And I didn't stamp that very well, but that's okay. I'm going to go over it with some inks anyway, so it's going to be okay. Okay, so we have that stamped. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm not going to do the leaves just yet. I'm going to bring in my aqua painter. And I'll keep my scrap bit of paper beside me. So who out there uses aqua painters with their ink pads? Okay. What did I do with my Soft Sky ink pad? Please tell me where I put my Soft Sky ink pad. Okay. It was with, there they are. Okay. Soft Sky and Marina Mist is what I'm going to use. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, with your ink pads, you can squish them like this. And then when you open them, you have a bit in your lid. I'm actually going to clean that bit out because that has not been cleaned out for a while. So I'm going to clean that out with a baby wipe and start again. So sometimes when you've done this a few times, it can get yucky in that lid. So I'm actually just going to start again because that was pretty in there. Okay, so I'm going to squish my ink pad to get some lovely ink up on top of my lid. Okay. So then with my aqua painter, if this is the first time you've seen Yes, but I always make a mess, Felicia. Well, you know what? I'm going to show you what you need to do. Okay, so with our aqua painter, as you can see, this part screws off. We can fill up this little part with some water and screw it back on. It comes in a set of 2 and it has a beautiful brush tip end. Okay, and when we squeeze, the water comes out of our brush tip end. Okay, so first of all, for this part, we don't need a lot of water. Okay, so I'm not going to actually squeeze. It's damp. I'm just going to pop it into my ink, and I'm just going to over the top of these flowers. Now, the idea of watercoloring, ladies, do not stay in between the lines. It is fine if you go outside the lines. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a lot of aqua painter things at the moment because I don't know whether you know, but our blends have been put on hold. We're not able to order our blends anymore until the end of May, which created a bit of a problem with, I have a blends club that we have running at the moment, and we were only 1 month into it. We're only just about to get started next month. So never fear, people that are in my blends club. I have ordered for the next couple of months, so we should be right to get through this little bit of a hiccup. Okay, so there we have a bit of soft sky. Now I'm going to bring in the Marina Mist. I'm going to clean that one out as well because I've been doing a bit of this watercolouring lately and I need to clean that one out. Yes, Felicia, the aqua painters are awesome because you can use your aqua painters with any ink pad that you have whatsoever. So it creates a way of doing watercolouring that you can use any of your colours in your range of your ink pads. So I think it's an awesome idea. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do now is create a little bit of shading. And as you can see, the stamp set has some petal parts here. So I'm just going to go along the lines. I'm going to pop a little bit of darker colour down at the base of my flower. And head out along those lines just to create a bit of difference in the colour. Okay. And just pop a little bit more colour down in the bottom here again. Okay, same thing on this one. So there's a couple of, in the petals here, you can see there's a couple of thinner bits. I fill them all in with colour and then go out along the lines with the colour. And then I create a darker look down in the base of my petals. And you can come back in through and add more colour if you need to add more colour. But as you can see, I'm not being that particular, but it's adding a lot of colour to my flowers and just creating that interest in the colour. And then you can blend it out a little bit more if you want to blend it out. You can go back through if there's a harsh line and blend it out a little bit. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. I used a brighter blue in this and I didn't really like it, so that's why I went to the Marina Mist. I think in this one I used Night of Navy and it was just way, way, way too bright. So now I'm actually going to get my old olive ink pad and clean him up. Okay, so I'm just going to colour in the leafy part, the stem part with my old olive, and I think I then might come back through with the stamp and stamp some leaves in there. So as you can see, I just got the colour and wiped it off a little bit. That's just so I can lighten it up a little bit, because if I put the old olive on straight, it's fairly dark and fairly vibrant. Now, as you can see, it's quite a watercolory sort of look, so I sort of didn't want it as vibrant as that, so I thought I'll stamp off a bit. Okay, sorry, yeah, do that with my aqua painter to actually lighten. So you can actually, like, with your aqua painter, keep going backwards and forwards and see, as you can see, it gradually lightens up your colour. Okay, so with the leafy part of this stamp set, which is this part here, I'm actually just going to stamp a few leaves around with our old olive. Pop the lid on my aqua painter. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp. Am I going to stamp off? Yes, I think I'm going to stamp off and then on. Yes, stamp off and then on. Stamp off and then on. Oh, I just put a big blotch all the way around. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if this will work. I'm going to water it out with the aqua painter. Hopefully it won't look too bad. Okay, that. So there you go. Made a bit of a blunder, but I can fix it up a bit with the aqua painter. And you can take out like your aqua painter as well with just plain water. Anyway, not too bad. No one will know I did a bit of a blunder. They look like water lilies. Yeah, a bit like that, don't they? So sorry about that bit of a blunder there. I got a bit of a halo. I pressed too hard trying to get those leaves to stamp. Anyway, all good. So now what we're actually going to do is we're going to bring in the Stamparatus again. I'm going to dry... Actually, no, it's all right. Just blot that off. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the Stamparatus because it's not wet where we're about to stamp, so it's all good. Okay, I had it the other way to do this because I had it perfectly long. Oh, did I have it the other way? That way. To make sure. Oh no, that's the way I was going to do it. Yep. Okay, all good. So I'm going to, as you can see, I've put some lines here in my Stamparatus because when I did this one, I just popped some lines in so I could see where I had it. Now, one of the hints, everybody, you need to know this about your Stamparatus. A lot of people are trying to pop things, I'll show it around this way. They're trying to pop things butted right up against here, and then they've got a stamp, and they're wondering why right near this hinge it's not stamping. Now, the reason why that is because the hinge, there is a little bit of a gap in there. If you want to butt your bit of cardstock right up against here and have that stamp really nicely, then you stamp from the top and have it away from your hinge. If you had it here and wanted to stamp over, you'd probably find that this side of your stamp won't stamp real well. So what you actually do is you turn it around, pop it here, get your stamp lined up so it's right over this edge on your acrylic plate, and it will stamp perfectly and properly because it's away from that hinge. So one of those hints, please, if you're going to stamp and you want to butt it up against it, if you're going to butt it up against the hinge area, stamp with the opposite acrylic plate, okay? So it's just one of those things. Hey Marie, how you going? Thanks for joining. Okay, so I showed your card you sent me, Marie. Your random act of kindness card. I showed it at the beginning of the show. I don't know whether you were joining in with me then, but thank you very much for my random act of kindness card. It was beautiful. Okay, so we're actually going to stamp it like this. Okay, everybody, we are sorted. We're all ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my black archival ink again, which I put it where? Basic grey, basic black, there it is. Okay, I have so much of a mess on this desk that trying to find everything now is a little bit hard. Okay, so I'm inking it up with our black archival ink, and I'm going to stamp it down. Now I want this to be really, really nice and black. That's okay, Marie. Yes, it was a lovely card, and thank you very much. I'm so enjoying being back with the RAK group again. I've missed it so much. It's been so long since I've done it. I don't think I actually have sent RAK since about September last year. I've been so busy that, yeah, I just haven't had the time to do it. So I made a definite choice last month to start again. So I've done it last month and this month. So, oh, you have to go, Karen. Thanks for joining anyway. I'm nearly finished, Karen. So, yeah, it's nearly the end. Okay, so as you can see, I've had 2 goes at that, and it has now stamped absolutely perfect. So, the Stamparatus is awesome, as I said, for making sure that you stamp your sentiments really, really nice. So you get a couple of goes at it. So, these Stamparatuses will be available at the beginning of June when our new catalogue comes out. They will be in our new catalogue. I'm assuming as demonstrators we're able to pre-order at the beginning of May. So I'm assuming that if you're a demonstrator and you don't have one, that we're probably going to be able to purchase one in our pre-order. So if you're hanging to get a Stamparatus and you want to order early, you should think of joining my Wild Heart Crafters team, because I can tell you, if you're a Wild Heart Crafter, you'll be able to get your hands on it at the beginning of May. Just a hint there, people. So if you're thinking about purchasing a Stamparatus, it may be a good idea to join my Wild Heart Crafters team. Okay, so I'm just going to make, this is just going to be a simple, easy card. I'm going to create a little bit of interest on this background because I feel like it's a little bit too plain. So what I'm actually going to do is, on my base, I'm going to bring in, I think on my base I'm going to bring in the big crosses. That might be what I'm going to use on my base. I just need a spare block. Got so many stamps here that I need to pack away at the end of this. Okay, so I've got a block, and I'm just going to use just my smoky slate, so just a very light tone on tone here, just to create a bit of a background behind that so it's not so plain and boring. Okay, so randomly stamping these beautiful crosses just wherever I feel. Okay. And most of this is going to be covered up by our layer, but I just wanted the bits that are poking out to have a little bit of something on them. Okay, that's all I want to do there. Okay, so that's fine. And then on our, sorry, I'm trying to find my cleaner. There it is. Need to clean some of these stamps so I can get a block to put things on. I'm going to clean that one there. Okay, pop that one over there. And then I'm going to, in this stamp set, we have, oops, there goes my cleaner on the ground. We have some little bubbles. So I'm going to create some little bubbles just on this card here. So I'm going to do that with Marina Mist. So just the tone on tone, yeah. And be careful, it is a little stamp, so be careful with stamping so you don't get those little halos happening. Okay. Pop another one there. And then a few down this bottom part. So the reason that I'm doing this is just to take that really plain, stark look off the background, that's all. Okay, And as I said, I am winging this. I didn't really have a design, but I've now decided what I'm going to do. Okay, like so. I'm going to bring in, I have our black shimmer ribbon. So I'm going to pop a bit of that on. Okay, so I'm just going to turn that over, and with some fast fuse, pop some fast fuse along there so I can hook my ribbon on. Okay, and this is our black shimmer ribbon. It is so, so cute. I need up further. It's got such a really cute sparkle to it. Okay, trim that off. Okay. And I'm going to pop that up. We may as well pop it up on dimensions. And I've lost my sheet of dimensionals in my mess. Oh, there's one. Just going to pop that up. Hey Vicky, thanks for joining. How are you going? I've been crafting for ages today. I've been crafting for nearly an hour and a half. Actually, more than an hour and a half. Oh my God. I've been crafting forever. But this is my final bit. I'm nearly finished. I hope you've all enjoyed this afternoon. And as I said, please feel free to share my video to go in the draw. And Karen, you're already in the draw because you've shared my video. Karen's just left anyway. She had to go and do some other stuff. Because who has all the time in the world to sit around and watch me craft for nearly 2 hours? But anyway, each to their own. And I'm going to pop this one up as well. Just bought a selfie to print photos from home. Well done. Exciting stuff for you. Loving how you're revisiting some of the older sets we forget about. Honestly, Deborah, I think we need to do that. Like, we've got to celebrate the rest of the time that we have this catalogue, because you never know. These things probably won't get carried on through into the next catalogue. So my idea is, why not celebrate and enjoy what we have? I've smudged that a little bit. Oh. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, why not enjoy what we have? So I'm just going to make a bow now with my black shimmer. Only there's no paper or ink. Oh, okay, for you printing your photos. Sorry, Vicky, I was trying to work out what you meant. Thanks, Marie, for sharing. Thank you very much. Oh, okay, that's a bit strange. Oh, okay, so you just bought a selfie, selfie to print photos from home. Okay, so explain, Vicky, what you have purchased. Sorry, I'm a bit challenged when it comes to new technology. So is it so that you can pop your camera up and you can take photos? We only got 9 sheets of paper, are you saying? So that's not much. You won't be able to print many photos with that. Okay, so my bow tying skills again. Make a loop and turn your reel over so you don't get twisted up, okay? Make a loop, make another loop, and we're going to push it through that loop. I didn't turn my other thing over and my ribbon was all twisting, so that's why I started again. Reorganize your loop sizes. Thanks, Marie. You'll get an entry into the monthly draw. And the monthly draw, I'm giving away the Heartfelt Blooms set this month. So you may be the lucky winner. You never know. So for everybody that shares my video, but you must type in the comments that you have shared also, because sometimes Facebook is a little bit strange and doesn't let us know that you've shared the video. Okay, so I would hate you to miss out on an entry by Facebook not telling people that you've shared the video. So the more people that share the video, the more my video gets shown on Facebook. That's lovely Facebook and the way they decide to do their awesome choice of who they decide to show and who they don't. Okay, so I'm just going to rearrange that bow a little bit again. So I've popped some fast fuse on there for my bow, and I'm just going to pop my bow on there. And do we think we need Wink of Stella, people? Do we need Wink of Stella? Of course we need Wink of Stella. Okay, Wink of Stella on these beautiful flowers. Okay, I'm going to cut it a little bit short. I'm not actually going to do an insert for this card. I'll do an insert later because I didn't realise we had been on for so long. Oh my God, we have been crafting forever. Okay, so I'm just going to bring back in the cards that we have made today, if I can find them in all of my... Oh, that's Felicia's card, so that's heading out to Felicia because Felicia was one of the awesome people that answered the question for me. And I also have a card put aside here for Deborah because Deborah was one of the people that helped out in my videos as well. So, as you can, I'll just take those tags away. As you can see, I hope you enjoyed my wonderful crafting time. Can you see all of those cards in that? Yes, you can. So I hope you enjoyed crafting with me today, and thank you very much. If you're watching this back later on, please feel free to comment. I'm happy to answer any questions. Any of the items that I have used here can be purchased through my online store. The first stamp set that I used here with these ones is a celebration item, so the only time that you can get that is in the next 3 days, people. So if you want that eclectic birthday stamp set, this one here, Eclectic Expressions, we have used Oh So Eclectic, and we have also used the Eastern Beauty, okay, to get these beautiful cards. So thank you all for watching, and it has been awesome crafting with you today, and hopefully I can bring you more of these live videos. So please share everybody, and hopefully one of you will be the lucky one to win my monthly draw. So thanks a lot. Have a great day, everybody, for the rest of the day. Bye for now.